Oh, we're live. We're live.
We're live. Yeah, it feels like
Let's still find these graphics.
It's only been forever for you because you haven't been here. We've been here.
I've got a life. I'm trying to have a career.
I am just trying to make a name for myself, okay?
Mm-hmm. But everybody already knows your name. So, like, why do you got to make a name for yourself?
I'm trying to make a bigger name for myself.
Okay.
But no, it is. We are here at Lonely Marks. Here to talk some wrestling. Yeah, I got a big loaded wrestling weekend as the title says. So we are here to run that down for you. I am joined as always by my fellow Marks, starting with the man in the top, my left, your right, probably. I don't know how directions work. Austin, how's it going?
No, it's going good. Yeah, it's going to be a busy, probably exhausting weekend. But a lot of wrestling going on. We'll certainly have a long show next week when we have to cover all this stuff and talk about everything. But it should be a big newsworthy weekend. So a lot going on. And if it wasn't for WWE pettiness and greed, it probably wouldn't be as stacked of a weekend. But we gotta do. There's another news story that broke about it. Yet another show that's going to go head to head with AEW because the pettiness just doesn't stop. We have to book something.
Yeah, I mean, it's not working either. AEW are crushing them. But anyway, we'll get to that.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Well, I mean, I would argue that AEW is booking bigger arenas, but we'll get to that. Speaking of getting to that, Richie, how's it going?
Yeah. No, good going well. Yeah, a lot of predictions, which means you'd think, oh yeah, there's a lot of chances that I could get something right. Well, I haven't won in a while, so there's also a lot of chances to get stuff wrong, and I'm sure a lot of chances for Pez to have opportunity to watch a Vince Russo show.
I still have one in the bag for that. We haven't gotten to yet,
bro.
So, yeah. We've had
crazy, bro.
PLEs one after another, so we've had no chances to do random stuff.
It's only a matter of time before we see Judy Bagwell on a forklift.
Mm-hmm.
Look, I shouldn't count my chickens for the hatch. That I might, someone else might win, so it's all right. It's all good. Yeah, predictions, yay!
Yeah.
Speaking of counting chickens before they hatch, JPO, how's it going?
I've often wondered how many full chickens I've eaten with all my chicken tender habits. I've murdered many. Chicken Run, all those guys, probably killed them all 3 times over at least by now. So, sorry, I got distracted by chicken tenders. What are we doing?
We're talking about the chicken tender toppings. There's dipping sauces. Go.
Yes.
Yeah, what's your top 3?
Top 3. Go. Huh? Yeah.
Honestly, I'm a ketchup guy. Fight me. Honey mustard, barbecue. I'm not a crazy I'm not crazy in that era.
No ranch. No.
Four. I go barbecue and honey mustard first.
All right. Fair enough.
I think I'm with
Chick-fil-A sauce. Yeah.
Yeah, well. I'm also cool. Chick-fil-A chicken's so good and consistent. I'll go plain too sometimes.
Oh yeah.
If you had chicken tenders at home, would you buy Chick-fil-A sauce to have?
I've only bought it when it's on
I never
sale.
have actually. No.
Okay.
I've never bought it outside of Chick-fil-A now. But sometimes when you order Chick-fil-A, you'll get a couple with each sandwich. If other people are ordering it, they don't use them. You can kind of stockpile up too, kind of quickly.
Oh yeah.
Put them in a baggie.
Sometimes I'll get extra ketchup at McDonald's just so I don't have to buy it.
I could probably trick Dominic Mysterio to come on here and just tell him we all 4 of us have a podcast about chicken tendies. And he'd be like, yeah, okay, yeah.
No, I want to talk to him. I told you that Wingstop conspiracy. I think he oversold the new Wingstop tenders because he's he's just playing for the company now. So I'm sorry, my opinion of this has really gone down.
Did he oversell or was he bought?
Oh, he's bought.
No.
Well, he's gonna have Well, we've talked about how they're overdoing the sponsorship thing now with they have Slim Jim tables now and promotion all over everything. Dom's gonna be wearing Wingstop trunks the next time he wrestles on a PLE. It's gonna happen.
Wingstop driver.
Yeah.
The chicken
No,
plan.
that's okay. Yeah. Surprised he's not in their commercials.
But
He's done online ads for Wingstop. I mean, nothing on like official, like nationwide, but well, technically it's nationwide. It's online, but
Yeah.
nothing on TV. But
not yet. No, we have a lot to get to, a lot of shows to get to. I think Jordan, you said you had 4 sets of graphics, 5 sets of graphics.
no, we're at 5 sets of graphics. Yeah, we got All In, Evolution, Great American Bash, Ring of Honor, and Saturday Night's Main Event to go over. A couple of them we'll do actual like, predictions for.
Mm-hmm.
So
yeah, and we got 2 sets of actual predictions. We talked before the show,
right.
So we got to do official predictions for both All In and Evolution. So each of the PLEs, so to speak.
But we will not. I have to apologize, you guys. I've been slacking on fantasy. I've been busy with other things, and anytime I think of fantasy, I'm like, all right, I'll do that when I get home.
I mean, you had one job, Jacob. Like, I mean,
but my other
you
job,
gotta get caught up. We've only got like 3 more weeks, and SummerSlam's here, and that's it, man. Like, that's the finish line.
I promise next week I will have an official score.
Gotta know where we stand so we can get those like last minute hopes up.
My best bet is that JPO is still winning by a lot, and
let's go with it. I agree. I agree.
Especially since Gunther won the damn title back. Anyway, we'll definitely hit on fantasy next week, of course, with Evolution and Saturday
so
night.
I can't use this banner because we don't have one. Okay.
The weekly fantasy update is I think JPO is still winning.
He's probably still winning. I'm probably still in last place or close to Richie.
I've been in last place. Me and you.
Me and you are probably like 50 points or less apart. So there you go. And then Jacob says,
I am glad that Drew McIntyre came back earlier than.
Yeah, that was a SmackDown thing last week that I couldn't say. I'm like, because you were like, well, doesn't that mean much for us? Saturday Night's Main Event. And I'm like, yeah, I know, but I need something.
I mean, I like that Randy Drew match.
Yeah,
that's points. But no, before we, I mean, obviously we have a lot to talk to as far as shows. But are there any newsworthy topics? I know JPO and Richie, you usually have.
Well, I alluded to one quick one, and then I'll turn it over to those guys. I didn't do a whole lot of research, but I just alluded that the pettiness of like AEW's running a show, so we'll run on one of our shows, the same day. Just announced, I think today, the same day as Forbidden Door, NXT Heatwave. There you go, the next NXT sort of PLE thing. So the pettiness continues. You got to run something.
Yeah. Well, apparently Evolution's supposed to be on next week at like Mohegan Sun or whatever, but Triple H or whoever made the call. No, let's do it the same way. I don't think that's affecting tickets, but
sales,
yeah, because unfortunately Evolution's not doing great ticket-wise, but yeah.
See, now I don't understand. Like, well, they're running it against All In, but it's not on the same day. It's not going to affect All In's, pay-per-view buys or views. So like, it's the following day. They whatever.
It is the same.
Oh, they don't like they don't like their women's division. Well, they're whatever. They're giving them their own show.
Give them their own show, but I feel like it's in the name of pettiness, though, and greed. Like, it should be a big deal, and it just feels like we just had to run something because they're running something.
Yeah, it feels like weird timing. Like so the last one was what 2018. Was 2018 the first one? And it's like okay, and I think like that was a success. I'm like, oh, cool, is it going to be like an annual thing? No, and then Triple H was sort of like. Kind of like was kind of like a bit negative about I don't know it's gonna be an annual thing, and then all of a sudden it's like Evolution 2. Oh, okay, what time? And then
Triple H wasn't in charge when the first one went.
Yeah, I know, but like but I feel like Evolution 1 only happened because they had Ronda was a big deal, and Ronda and Nikki Bella, who aren't even full-time people, were main evented that show. And then you didn't have them on there, So it's like, okay, we won't, do that show. And then it's like, well, we need something to counteract on the weekend to counteract that. I mean, we've got Saturday night's main event. We've got this. Well, we need something else to counteract the weekend. We need more. And so I guess they're like, oh, Evolution. So I don't know, man. So yeah, I'm all for all female pay-per-view, but it's just like I feel like it's just been sandwiched in amongst it. Yeah, I feel like they've been hard done by a bit.
I just hope it's not 6 years or 8 years rather before we see it again. Come on.
Yeah.
It is. I am curious what will main event Evolution.
Io and Rhea.
Probably Io Rhea.
That makes sense.
Either that or Tiffany and Trish.
No, I don't think Tiffany.
I think
Nikki Bella's in the main event. This is Triple H.
Wait, what is she in? Is she in the Battle Royal?
Who?
What is Nikki Bella even doing?
Nikki Bella's
in the Battle Royal.
Yeah.
Okay, good. Yeah. Okay, I actually don't hate that then.
That's not as egregious. Yeah, I don't mind them having like a old school person who's doing a Battle Royal.
Yeah.
I don't mind that.
No, because she can't fight for the tag titles against Liv and Raquel with her sister now.
Right.
Yeah.
That was ever the plan.
Yeah, Wikipedia has the participants right underneath the card, so they are so far.
Oh yeah, no, I got I got that ready when we get to it, just to remind everyone who's at least as far as we know will be in it. Like I said, it's announced about that in AEW. AEW even less so. We have an idea of who's in the actual match, especially considering it's the AEW classic. It'll finish when it finishes kind of match.
Right.
I love that idea.
My prediction is Evil Uno, number 21. Yeah.
I've always thought that they really should do the gimmick where like the match ends and they pan to the back and there's just like 14 wrestlers like, oh, yeah, and then have it be super random. Have it be like Glacier, Mordecai, Joe Janela's there for no reason, just super random. Like, oh no.
I do feel like that, like Trish is there, kind of like that has become their go-to for as long as you can go. But it's like, oh, what do we do for Tiffany Stratton? We kind of blew off the Nia Jax thing on SmackDown. There's not really anyone that's in that position yet. Trish, come back for a bit, and have a match. So yeah, I mean, it's cool. I like to see it, but it just didn't feel put together at the last second.
Well, she has to get payback for Tiffany kicking her during the tag team match when she was in the corner and she was in her way.
Yeah.
It's all Trish is gonna turn heel again. It's all gonna, come out, and that's gonna be it's long-term storytelling, you guys. At its finest.
Sure.
What else? What else we got?
I mean, I got a couple of things, but as usual, I'll take you can start. So you might cover what I'm going to cover anyway.
I've only got like 3 different news bits real quick. Shayna Baszler, who's been tested out as a producer for one of the NXT matches this week, so Baszler might be in the backstage soon here. We'll see. Like I said, more of just a testing out. Only Lorcan, different people have gone backstage. Scott Stanford.
Sorry,
what's that?
They produced the same match on NXT this week. They produced the what's her name, Lainey Reed, and that match. Which the match she had. Yeah, she was a producer. She was a producer this week with Oni Lorcan. They produced the same match. Chris Gerard.
Was it with Oni? I only said that as an example. Actually, I had no idea. That's why I was like, "What? Oh, okay, cool." No.
Chris Gerard.
I'm just making an example of a guy that you may not know is still with the company, anymore. So, Scott Stanford, a name who you maybe recognize or don't, who's been with the company for 15 years. Has departed ways with the WWE. Sent out a nice video, saying goodbye to the office here. He was on TV a lot, more like a decade ago. He was on Superstars when that re-debuted. Bottom Line, he was the host of that. He used to be a pre-show, guy on Sunday Night Heat and later on, the website. Still doing stuff in the office, overseas stuff too. He would host recap shows that you might not even know were still on. for the overseas group. So yeah, just want to shout out Scott Stanford for over 15 years with the company. And then also, speaking of people that have longevity, give it up for Dustin Rhodes, who is competing Friday at the Ring of Honor show. His contract with AEW will run into 2030, 2031. And if he's still able to wrestle, that will make it 6 decades that dude has popped in wrestling ring, because he debuted in the 80s. So if he can make it where he can still wrestle in at least once or twice in 2030, 2031, if not way more than that, he'll match 6 decades, which is a pretty dope feature for any wrestler.
Yeah.
So that's what I got there. What you got, Richie?
All right, well, I got a couple of things that like you'd be intrigued by. Wrestlers in movies. And it seems to be a trend these days. Another a current wrestler on the roster secured a movie, and that is one Jordan Grace. She's going to be in a movie with Bill Nighy.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's coming out soon. It's like a fantastic, like you look at some fantastical, some fantasy sort of movie, which it's kind of cool. And also in the realm of wrestlers and movies, the Street Fighter movie keeps getting wackier because just cast as E Honda, the former IWGP champion, Hiroki Goto is the E Honda.
Okay.
In Street Fighter, so that's kind of cool.
That's such a wacky cast, and I can't wait to see it.
Yeah, it's quite good. It's quite amazing. But yeah, I know beyond that, like I don't know if there's a ton of things going on but yeah, I just wanted to I wanted to leave it to you because I thought maybe you'd know the rest of the movies thing. So I was like, hey,
nice.
Yeah.
Well, speaking of movies too, I forgot. Becky Lynch too has been casted in an FX pilot, Movers. From the one of the creators of Ring 91, Robert Ben Garant, who will also be part of the cast. He's the sunglasses, mustachioed cop. So that'd be cool. That definitely has potential. Once it goes into a full series, though, who knows? That obviously means she'll have to be taken off TV for at least a little bit. And so that'd be cool. Becky Lynch, of course, also in a couple of weeks alongside MJF will be in Happy Gilmore too.
Yeah, and I guess also because it just sort of aired. I don't know. Are you a frequent TNA viewer, or do you just catch up? JP?
I just dabble.
Okay, yeah. It looks like Enzo Amore signed with them, so he had a vignette. So.
Oh wow. I haven't seen much news from him in a while. Yeah, obviously just since WWE, the failed Ring of Honor run where like they brought him in, but he never actually got to wrestle, and they fired him right away. Did some MLW stuff. Is really the biggest note he's done since leaving WWE is MLW.
Yeah. So yeah, that's gonna be cool. Interesting. See how they use him, but so that's sort of all my other news I can think of at the top of my head. If something comes up, I'll drop it in the conversation. But I don't think I can think of anything at the moment. But yeah.
All right, nice and quick, which is good for this week because again we've got 5 shows, 2 that we're gonna do predictions on, but we'll touch on the other ones, of course. So, JPO is the graphics guy.
So we'll save that for last. The ones we'll talk about, like all of us. What do you guys want? Who wants Great American Bash, Ring of Honor, or Saturday's Main Event?
I would say why don't you do chronological order? So let's go Ring of Honor first, maybe. Let's go
drop in the one
airing order.
Friday.
Yeah, let's do airing order.
Right on.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so this one they've only got 5 matches announced so far. This is the one that, as we said, will air Friday, I believe 7:00. Not sure. I would imagine a pre-show. They're usually big pre-show guys as well, so maybe at 6:00. Checking tomorrow. That's what I'm going to do to see when that airs. I actually have this one condensed into one graphic to save time.
Okay. There you go.
Hey, look at that.
All right.
So yes, Athena will defend her women's championship against Thunder Rosa. Athena, by the way, also nice little note too, has held that title longer than anyone has held any title ever in Ring of Honor. Any title. So she has held that title for a while. Lee Moriarty defends that Pure Championship against Blue Panther Jr. Bandito defends the Ring of Honor World Championship against Nuska Takeshita. The previously mentioned Dustin Rhodes and Sammy Guevara, the Sons of Texas, defends their tag titles against the Infantry, Curly, Bravo, and Sean Dean, who won the number one contenders match on Thursday. I watched Ring of Honor for the first time in a while on Thursday. It was okay. And Nick Wayne defends the TV championship against not Titan, but Titan, I believe is how you have to say it. So those are the five we'll get in.
I'm on the Wikipedia because I was just looking it up too. There's two more
More?
matches.
Talk to me.
There is a singles match for the interim Ring of Honor Women's World Television Championship. The participants are not known yet.
No, did you say interim? No,
yeah,
Ring of Honor.
Red Velvet's injured. Yeah, I had written.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Oh, she was fine Thursday. I guess that was pre-taped.
Yeah.
But there's a 6-man tag team match also, the Dark Order versus the Frat House.
Oh, that makes sense. Yeah, that was built up. The Dark Order beat them in Flip Cup, the beer game. So
yeah, so, I mean that makes sense. Now the next logical step is to get in a match.
Yeah.
So also I timed it, by the way. They beat him in 13 seconds, but it was because it was chopped and highlighted. So in case you're wondering how long that match went, the Flip Cup only lasted on TV 13 seconds here.
Which it takes longer than that to flip a cup. Let's be honest.
I know. Well, I was hoping I'd see more. I wanted to see, but now they had to edit it down, so whatever. So yeah, again, if you're interested in that, just $10, you'll get the entire pay-per-view at watchroh.com, as well as all the other archives and the weekly TV. So, if you're interested in catching up on the TV, you can. And then, even after this pay-per-view is done, you can at least have the next 2-3 weeks of the TV for free, unless you want to keep it.
Do you remember when Dark Order were one of the most popular acts on the roster?
No.
Yeah.
So then we go to Saturday afternoon. I believe this competes right up with NXT.
It's the same time as AEW at 3:00, something like that. Yeah, NXT.
Yeah.
So yeah, direct competition. So see how that does. I heard they were struggling selling tickets to this too, even at that center stage place in Atlanta. That's where MLW did the Battle Riot in Atlanta. Because they were charging like $200 for tickets in a small venue. It's like, come on, guys.
For NXT too?
Yeah, he's charging too much for an NXT, even for a NXT, takeover, whatever you want to call it, show. Yeah, that's too much. Way too much.
And it makes MLW sold that place out, and they can't do that.
And MLW sells it out, but their tickets are also $50.
It's a famous.
Yeah,
it's become a very famous, smaller arena. As in, they're not going to host Raw there probably or pay per view, but Ring of Honor, I think, was the first to be there. As you said, MLW just did good, so a lot of people have dipped their toes in there, so that makes sense that NXT probably could do really well if they weren't fucking greedy. So yes, we got Obafemi will defend his title against. Someone remember this guy's name?
It is Yoshiki Inamura. Yeah, I had the Wikipedia. Yoshiki
Inamura. All right, good. I'm not crazy. That's what I thought. So yeah, I don't really see much of a rumble where Inamura gets it.
It should be a nice big mean scary guy house fight though.
Yeah, I'm not against probably quality of the match. I don't know if they're.
Yeah.
I'd be very surprised if he won. Is all I'm saying. We got a tag match, which is going to set up the Evolution singles match here. Jason Jane and Fallon Henley against Jordan Grace and the Mariah May's new character,
Blake Monroe.
So, Blake Monroe.
Yeah, now 7 points. Whoa, Jesus. Do we have a fourth guy to tell me it's Blake Monroe?
Blake Monroe.
Blake Monroe.
For the North American Championship, Ethan Page defends against Ricky Saints. I'm glad this is on a PLE or whatever you want to call it.
Falls Count Anywhere, by the way.
TV. Even more. So a good little addition to that here, too. I'm a big fan of these guys. The Smart North American Women's Championship now. I believe this is Sol Ruka and Izzy Dame. Am I correct?
Izzy Dame.
One of the blondes.
Correct.
Yeah. All right. Hey, I'm sure if I remember all my blondes. There's usually names on these graphics. WWE's testing my knowledge now. So
you're the who this guy.
Who this? Who them? Yeah.
Well, I need to see you longer. Devon Evans taking on who's this?
Jasper Troy.
Jasper Troy, the guy from the show.
LFG.
Yeah, the LFG
Yeah.
thing. Yeah.
Yeah, so I can see this one I can see going either way here. Yeah, Jasper's had a good little push so far as well. Probably the biggest LFG guy so far on the roster. So yeah, just those 5 as well as a TNA contract signing, title contract signing as well, which should have been on TV, not a PLE. But
it's interesting they've seen Jasper Troy a bit, but you haven't seen the woman who won that show yet on the show on NXT.
I know. Yeah, that's what I mean. It's still a little inconsistent, but
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And then just a quick four-ski here after you're done with that, and AEW's wrapped up probably as well at this point. So more wrestling. We got Saturday night's main event.
Saturday night's commercial break.
Yeah, I know. This will be dual casted on both NBC and Peacock. So if you have the regular NBC, you can watch it there, or you can catch it on the Yak. We got Gunther defending that title against Goldberg. Will be Goldberg's final match. Will he piss JBL off and win the title? Stay tuned.
Are you going to show up to Lonely Marks of Goldberg?
If he wins,
yeah. I'll just be mad. I might cam off while we talk about the match because I just don't want to.
No, 100%.
So you won't be off camera that long.
Yeah.
LA Knight takes on Seth Rollins. This is a fun match.
Yeah.
I've seen these things last too much. Randy Orton, Drew McIntyre. This is a quickly built-to match to have some star power. But again, I'm not getting to the opponents. Then the U.S. title, Solo Sikoa against Jimmy Uso here. Happy to see Jimmy get a big match on our show here and have a good defense by Solo. And that's what we got so far on Saturday night's main event. Usually about a 4 or 5 or top. So that probably I don't think they'll add anything else to that.
No, that should be pretty standard. Yeah,
they don't have the women to add this time because they have their own show.
They got that. They'll have the usual like talking segments, interview segments. We'll see what kind of weird stuff Jesse Ventura gets mad over. Yeah, whatever. Match I don't know if it'd be weird if he's a commentator for the Goldberg match. I wonder if he's just like for Seth and LA Knight or something, or Drew.
Drew kicked out. That wasn't 3. He kicked out.
Jesse won't be able to get a word in before the match finishes of the Goldberg match. But
yeah.
I'm going to jump ahead a little bit now.
Yeah.
Talk a little bit of Evolution, the women's pay-per-view here, the second one in 8 years. The women's championship from Raw, Io Sky, Mommy Rhea Ripley. Let's start with Pez. What you thinking for this? Probably main event, as we said.
Yeah, no, this will probably be the main event. Yeah, it seems like the biggest of the star power kind of thing, women's title. This one's a little tricky to predict because, there's always that chance that Rhea could come out with the title. She's always hovering around the title picture. Io hasn't really defended that much. She only defended like once since she won it, so this might be like her first really big one. Since winning it.
It wasn't even a proper finish, wasn't it?
Yeah, not even really. Yeah, so that's what I mean. So that almost makes me inclined to say that Io will squeak out of this one with that title, hang on to it at least a little bit longer. Again, Rhea won't be hurt if she loses it. She's always around the title picture. She's always up there. You can always insert her back in some way, shape, or form. So I'll stick that Io retains here.
I'm just going to give a quick fact check here. She defeats Rhea Ripley on Raw on March 3rd. There is the match with Rhea Ripley do a double DQ on March 31st, and then that triple threat win over Bianca and Ripley. So, only that one real defense was at Mania. So, so this would only be her second real successful defense. Barber.
Yeah, I mean, selfishly, I hope Rhea wins, for fantasy's sake. But I do want to see Io hold the title a little longer. I think we haven't, like we just said, we haven't seen a lot of defenses. I'd like to see her defend the title a little bit more, and hopefully they can book some more defenses, and she can be a fighting champion. I think Rhea's going to be fine. Rhea's going to be over with the crowd until the day she decides to hang it up. I think she's going so she's going to be fine. Let her move on to something else. Let Io go on to some new blood. I mean, there's quite a few women that have been called up or can be called up. Um, yeah, let Io hold on to it. I think that would be a smart decision. So I'm gonna go with Io, but honestly, I could see it going either way.
Yeah, on paper, I was thinking Rhea just because she's mommy and like you end the show on like kind of a, a big Rhea pop. But yeah, like you said, Io is I think a decent star as well, and this could help solidify her. So I'll go Io as well. A little torn though. Richie?
Yeah, I'm just distracted by it. It's sponsored by Maybelline because it's a woman's pay per view. It's a girls thing. I don't know. It's just funny.
They couldn't get dude wipes.
Oh, yeah, that would be a bit weird. But yeah, I don't know. I might go the minority and go Rhea. I think they're just hammering home too much the whole Rhea's never beat Io. That's there's the thorn in her side that she can't get rid of it and can't. Yeah, they've told the story. I mean, it's sort of like, yeah, I feel like they could go on with it till like SummerSlam or whatever, but I don't know. I just feel like they're probably gonna pull the trigger on it here. I don't necessarily want them to because I think Io should have a better run because I feel like she should be defending it more, with newer people. But I'm gonna go Rhea here because I just think that's where the story is going, where she finally gets the win over Io.
A little bit of mommy love, but seems like most think Io might eke it out here. We have a battle royal, y'all. Battle royal over at Evolution. Announced participants include Stephanie Vaquer, Ivy Nile, Nia Jax, Nikki Bella, Natalia Neidhart, Maxine Dupree, Kalani Jordan, Jada Parker, Lola Vice, Lash Legend, Izzy Dame, Tatum Paxley, Selena Vega, Julia, and Candice LeRae. Jacob, also feel free if anyone wants to step outside of those names. I mean, if you want to make a bold prediction,
I should say the winner, I believe, gets the title shot at Clash in Paris. Is that what they said?
Clash in Paris, yeah.
Right. So yeah. So I guess keep that in mind. But yeah, Jacob.
Yeah, which means sorry if you are on NXT. I don't think you're winning. I just none of those names are screaming like, "Hey, we're gonna give this person a mega push right out the gate." So I was, there's two names that are sticking out to me, Julia and Stephanie Vaquer, but Julia has a title already, so I'm gonna go Stephanie Vaquer. I think she could be the next big star. I don't think she's going to win the title this soon, but I could definitely see her being, a contender for it. And I think this could be a nice start because she's been in a lot of big matches. She just hasn't won any of them yet. So I think this could be a nice, launching point for her on the main roster.
I think it was the next big thing. All right, that was you got.
I'm trying. I like that idea, but at the same time, I'm gonna go.
Sorry, I had to do it, Richie. That was a big old. Anyway,
I'm gonna go for a slightly different pick here. I'm gonna go for Natalia. Actually, just kind of trying to think of what might be a little bit surprising. She's popped up recently in Bloodsport and Booker T's promotion, kind of being more of a shoot style heart person, So I think it'd be kind of interesting to give a different push to somebody, and somebody else at the top of the card, and a nice kind of like maybe also kind of like a thank you win as well, because she is definitely probably the longevity of the roster so far for women. Richie, what you got for the Evolution Battle Royale?
I'll just keep jokes to a minimum then. No,
you can keep trying. I've got other sound effects, so
yeah.
Go ahead.
I'm not as bad.
None of them are a laugh track.
No.
Oh, I do have one of those. I just his didn't warrant that, so you know.
I have. I also have a gig tonight, by the way. Just, what a great advertisement for that one. Anyway, but yeah, I mean, there's a couple names jumping out at me. Unfortunately, one of them is Nikki Bella. I don't want them to go that route. Like, it wouldn't surprise me. I mean, usually a lot of the NXT names, I'm like, oh, they probably wouldn't be ready for that. The only one that kind of would like the closest to be ready for that is like Lola Vice. I can potentially see that. Natalia's a good shout, and Stephanie Foucault's a good shout. To be different, well, it's not saying I want it. I'm just predicting it. I'll go Nikki Bella.
Ooh. Not that you can totally be right. Not a bad prediction.
I'm booing the choice. I'm booing the idea that she could.
I would boo the outcome.
Yes,
I'm booing you.
Yeah.
And there's been rumors too that like she's not just like here for this, like she could be here longer. Like could also definitely add to that. So, Pez, what you got?
Yeah, I'm in cahoots with Jacob here. I think this is kind of tailor-made for Stephanie Vicur to take it. I think she's a hot commodity right now, and yeah, this is one she can win. And I'm with him too. I don't think she has to like necessarily win the title at Clash of Paris. But this is a good way to keep her, hovering around the top of that women's lineup. Give her a chance to build up to that match. Stay in the conversation and have that on the horizon. So I think it's kind of tailor-made for her. So. I can see some of the other choices, but I'm gonna go Stephanie here.
All right, yeah, it's a couple options here. Vancouver, Natty. What'd you say, Richie?
Nikki, you just want to forget.
Yeah, the Intercontinental titles on the line. FX star Becky Lynch. We've got Bayley, and we've got Lyra Valkyria. On to me now. You know what? I want a title change, and I really love Bayley. Let's give it to Bayley. Not for any special reason, though.
That was the best reasoning of all time. Like, I want a title change, and I like Bayley, so.
I don't think Becky needs it. I think we're going to see a different character. Lyra, I think could end up taking it off of Bayley. I'd like let her stew a little bit longer. So yeah, that's kind of what I'm leaning towards. Richie?
Yeah, I think the Intercontinental title should be, for people like Lyra, and Bayley would be a good person to have it, and Becky can go on to do sort of bigger things, be in the actual main. She'll probably be in the main title picture. She doesn't need that. I do like the photo of her though. She looks so fed up. Like it is a heel fed up. It's a very good shot. But yeah, I do worry that little Lyra's going to get lost and shuffle after this match if she doesn't not in the factor. So I know I've been wanting to go different this time around, but I'm going to go with JPO here. I'm going to be the same. I'm going to go Bayley. I think. Hey, we want some Bayley. So yeah, I think, and then Bayley and Lyra will be the Intercontinental title feud going forward for a while.
Hey, we want some Pez prediction.
Hey, I'm saying Becky retains because Lyra and Bayley will get each other's way. Hey, Becky retains. Hey. There you go.
That tracks. Barberino?
I also want to see a title change, and I'm a big fan of Lyra, so that's my pick.
All right, I like that. I like that. That means that we're all over the board here. Maybe a Lyra, we're getting it back. Maybe Bayley. Maybe a
lot of hair dye.
Also, it's the all women's pay per view. Why is the man getting to perform?
The SmackDown Women's Championship. I know they both have different names. That's how I'm going to call them. Tiffany Stratton, Trish Stratus, the legend. Richie, the legend. What you thinking?
Oh, thanks. My sister actually made a comment the other day because, like, I got a woman's calendar, right? The WWE woman's calendar, and just have a look, and I was just going through it, and she's like, "Who's Tiffany Stratton?" That's like Trish Stratus. I'm like, "No, wait," but yeah. I will. Yeah, I mean, yeah, I don't unless it's just like a Nikki thing. Unless Trish has like agreed to be, do a few months here. I don't see Trish taking it. So I think Tiffany will Tiffany will hold on to it until either you know Jade has a match or Naomi cashes in. So yeah, so I'll go Tiffany.
Pez?
Yeah, Jade Cargill and or Naomi is not taking the title off of Trish Stratus. That's not happening. Who just show back up and automatically gets title shot, kind of like Goldberg. It's weird. You're back, title shot immediately. Okay, sure, whatever you say. But yeah, no, Tiffy time will prevail at least till SummerSlam.
It's Tiffy. Yeah, what you got, Barber?
This just might be my bold prediction.
Oh boy.
Of the weekend, but I think Trish does win the title, and I think we see a cash in. I think she gets that I think title win. I think she wanted to win the title in front of her kids. I think that was part of the promo. I think she gets that moment, and then Naomi, being the despicable heel that she is at the moment, comes down and takes that moment away.
See, I see what you're saying. I think it'd be more of like a build-up heel heat for like the feud if she, just screws Jade again. So, but I get it. That would be fine.
Then think about because spoilers for that match. Think of the promo that she can cut on Jade. It's like, oh, I beat you and I'm the champion now.
Yeah. So, yeah, I don't know. Yeah, but no, it's good prediction. Anyway, go.
Mm-hmm.
No, hey, who knows? It was interesting to happen. I'm gonna also agree though that Tiffy time's not quite done, but we do think some satisfaction might happen down as well.
I think Tiffy time's done.
Match 5 of 7. We've got JC Jane defending that NXT Women's Championship against Grace. What you got, Pez?
I think the JC Jane thing was like about the most obvious sort of transitional champion thing I ever saw. For any like kind of main title. We just had to, to get the main roster shift. The title needs some star power, somebody to kind of solidly carry this thing and bring on the next couple of challengers, i.e. like a Blake Monroe, somebody to go against somebody like Jordan Grace. So I think I haven't predicted any title changes so far. I think this is at least the one title change we get here tonight. So Jordan Grace, I'm going to start carrying the NXT brand here in the near future.
Barber?
See, I don't think Jordan Grace is going to be in NXT that long. So for me, it's I think JC Jane does retain, but it's not going to be clean. I mean, obviously, I think you see the two in the back. They're gonna interfere. Maybe Blake tries to get involved too, but the numbers, whatever. I don't think JC Jane's going to hold the title super long, and I wouldn't be surprised if Jordan Grace does win, and that's just the most obvious plan. And I'm just overthinking it, but I could see Jordan Grace moving up to the main roster fairly soon. I'll go JC Jane.
I gotta go more towards Pez's logic here. I think I like JC Jane. It was surprising when she got it. To me, right now, it's smelling like, oh, she got it so we can transfer it to another face, like Jordan Grace. Face like Jordan Grace.
Mm-hmm.
And while I don't think necessarily Jordan Grace is
but
super long for the division, I think I could see her there for another 6 months to a year. Like, you know what I mean? Like, they've held people back for a while. Not in a mean way, but but Femi, Trick Williams kind of thought they'd debut sooner than they have. Look at Trick Williams. So I think Jordan Grace is at least going to be there for a run, even if it's a 3-month, 6-month reign. Why not, Richie?
Yeah, I mean, there were talks about Jordan Grace going to SmackDown a while ago, but obviously, I think they must have changed their mind. Otherwise, she'd be there. Like, and when Stephanie got brought up. But yeah, I just felt because of how random the Jace Jane title run was, it just felt like, but who's a decent heel? Like who's a good hand that can like is decent, that we could give a push to. It's a good heel, Jason Jane, but I don't know. I just think Jordan's time. I think what's going to happen. Jordan's going to win the title at some point. I think Blake Monroe is just she's the character seems like a made heel, not a baby face. I think Blake's going to turn heel at some point soon. And then that will be the feud going forward for a few months.
I saw a really funny prediction where somebody was like, "Okay, hear this out, right? Jordan Grace is champion. Blake Monroe's her friend. She idolizes her. She loves her. Turns her on her. Wins it. I was like, as it's just in the Tony Storm storyline with Jordan Grace.
Well, it would be bizarre if the way she turned on her was a heel to the head to bust her open.
I know,
that would be very
just do it. It would be kind
just
of funny.
do it again, like
just,
play for play,
verbatim.
Yeah.
But
that's how you'll know if she uses her shoe to bust her open. We might be like, come on, Triple H, what are we doing here? Like, really?
Some people like the character, and they're just not. They don't radiate babyface, and it's like, well, you're just you're a heel, and that's Blake Monroe. She's just not going. Just the way they're portrayed at the moment, she's just not a believable baby. So she's going to be a heel, and Jordan Grace, Blake Monroe is going to be the program going forward. And so Jordan Grace is going to be Jason Jane, I think. Actually, Jason Jane getting called up, maybe at some point soon. Maybe
I can see Herman Fallon if they want to actually do a tag team too as a possibility. Jane's been there a hot minute. So Barber's got some hope for JC, but most of us think Jordan's going to take that title. 6 of 7 here. 4-way for the women's tag team championships. Raquel and Roxanne defending against Thekla and Soluruka, the Kabuki Warriors, Kairi Sane and Asuka, as well as the totally non-makeshift team of Charlotte and Alexa. Oh, there. 3 of them are all kind of makeshift to a degree. 2 of them for sure. Oh shit, me. This one's kind of semi-thinker. Well, is it? I'm trying to think. Like, do you want more title changes? Again, I don't see the random NXT team doing it. I could see Kabuki maybe taking it, just because they're at least a real team, or have been at least in the past. What else is an interesting intrigue? And I think there's still more in the Judgment Day. So I'm going to say Judgment Day retains. Richie?
Did you call it Thekla, by the way?
What did I say? Did I say the wrong name? I did say the wrong name. Yeah.
Right. Thekla's on AEW.
Soraya. Thekla is an AEW. I'm sorry, you blonde women, badass blonde women. They're both really good, too.
Yeah. But yeah, it's going back and forth here. I'm actually going to go the makeshift tag team. I think they're the only one that's sort of been built up as they've been built up as we could be a good team, and I think this will sort of I think having the straps on them will solidify. I don't expect them to be champions for long, but I think Charlotte Flair and Alexa are 2 people that definitely, like, if they're on the card, you don't really you can't it's hard to bet against them. And I think if the Judgment Day lose the titles, it would play into the storyline of like, oh man, we lost titles already, and then it'd be a whole mess by the time Liv comes back, the whole Judgment Day falling apart. So I'm gonna go the makeshift team here. Maybe they get a name. The Flair, the Bliss of Flair, the Flair Bliss.
Yeah.
All right, Pez.
Yeah, I mean, I could see a little bit of logic in that, but to me, they just gave Roxanne kind of that default other title now that Liv is out, and I think it's going to work into a storyline where they are this tag team and they eventually start getting along so well that Raquel starts siding with Roxanne more than Liv, and that's where the thing where Liv eventually comes back and has to deal with both of them rather than just Roxanne. So I think that'll play more into the jealousy storyline when she comes back, and they're going to work with that for a little bit and let that cook for a little while. So I'm going to say the champs retain here.
All right, and what you thinking, Barbarino?
I think 3 of these teams have a chance,
Mhm.
and the NXT tag team is here to put on a good show. Get that, mainstream exposure.
Shout out to Ryan, good Australian lass. There you go. Yeah, you're worthy. Go.
I could see Flair and Bliss taking it. I think that could be a fun tag team. The champs retaining, I think there's something there, obviously, but I'm gonna go with surprise title change. I'm gonna go with the Kabuki Warriors. Asuka and Kyrie give it to a give it to a real tag team, and let them. Yeah, I think that could obviously play into the Judgment Day. Liv being, oh, you lost my titles that quick, blah blah blah. And I could even see them becoming like, closer, going after the titles again, and whatever. So, yeah, honestly, I could see any one of those 3 main roster teams winning. I'm just leaning towards the Kabuki Warriors.
Jacob's just like going out on the deep end for like going out on his own for a lot of these. Like I kind of like,
You're either gonna like,
and when I win,
yeah, no, you're gonna like run the gamut and just like kill us all like 5-0 or whatever. Yeah, or yeah,
He really wants to use up his wrestling Jeopardy. He hasn't used.
And I can't even watch it live, so I won't know until.
Yeah.
So yeah, a little bit of love for both of the teams here. I think no one said NXT, but love for the other 3 as possibilities tonight. All right, we're almost there. Actually, no, we are there. This is the last match, Revolution. Naomi and Jade Cargill. Yeah, I didn't say what in any order.
And this one is no holds barred, right? They announced that.
This is a no holds barred.
I'm not sure.
No hold, yeah, that's what the Wikipedia has, a no holds barred match between Jade and Naomi. So you can take that into your consideration for a prediction. A little stipulation there. So yeah. So what, Richie?
We're in. Yeah, go for it.
Me.
Yeah.
I think these two, I think Naomi's a good opponent for Jade. I think they had a surprisingly good match at WrestleMania. It's probably one of the best matches. So it's, surprisingly in a program here. I'm going to go for the idea that, you want to. I think it would be cool to, a good revenge storyline for Naomi if she cashes in Jade. So I'm gonna say Jade wins here, and and then sort of continuing her momentum to a title shot at SummerSlam, and then only for Naomi to screw over later on. So I'll say for momentum's sake, Jade.
Pez?
Yeah, I'm kind of leaning the same way, only that, I think Naomi could lose this one, and Jade thinks she's kind of got it, in the bag. She's got the momentum, maybe even wins the title, and then that only fuels Naomi to pull the rug out from under her, with the Money in the Bank at the inopportune moment, for her, and kind of take all that momentum and sort of flush it, if you will, and I think that could work, storyline wise. Like she gets to the top of the mountain and Naomi, takes it right back out from under her, she's right back down. So I think that could work here. So Jade can get the win here and get another win, maybe at SummerSlam, and Naomi will get the last laugh, if you will. So that's kind of where I'm leaning.
Barber?
See, it's making somewhat sense, but I think Jade's gotten the one-on-one win over Naomi. I'm sure that she beat her in that triple threat. I can't remember if she pinned Jade or not, though, or if she pinned Nia. But I think then you take into account the no holds barred aspect, and I think that could play into Naomi. I think it plays to both of them. But I think Naomi could have a big night. I think she gets the win here. Now, in a perfect world, I would say that Trish and Tiffy happens first, and Naomi cashes in, and then she flaunts into this with the title, and shoving that in Jade's face. But I don't think that's going to happen. But that's just me fantasy booking what I would like to see. Because I just want to see Naomi be the champion sooner rather than later. But yeah, I'm gonna go with Naomi.
I think she'll get it eventually. I just don't know if it's right now. But
Right.
I don't think it's going to be too long from now. I don't think you're going to be waiting all year for a cash in.
No, I don't think so either.
At least for her.
I will say I could foresee a possibility at SummerSlam if we have like a double cash in.
Two cash ins. I could actually see it. Yeah, for this year, I could see that. Got to mix things up a little bit. I could see it. We'll talk about that when we get to SummerSlam, but I think there's a distinct possibility of that. Yeah.
Excuse me. So yeah, no, I'm gonna stick with I'm gonna go with Jade Cargill as well. I think when you have the briefcase, a lot of times it means you're gonna lose until you potentially cash it in. So, because you're gonna probably, hopefully, being champ, and I hope Naomi doesn't end up being champ. So keep Jade strong 1-on-1. Unless she ekes it out with shenanigans. But for now, I'll say Jade will get it. So little Naomi love. More says Cargill.
Can't wait to be like 4 up on you guys for this show.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
And my thing too is, I think a no holds barred about it, like Jade's not going to be hurt losing that type of match because it's going to take more than just a finisher to keep her down. So that's also part of my thinking.
Yeah, but then I'll employ your strategy. Like, okay, well, I'll go outside people's predictions and it'll blow up in my face. Like, how come it works for Jacob and not me? And so, yeah.
I think Cody Rhodes is going to win at SummerSlam.
All right, let me switch my banners here, and then we'll get to you, JPO, because we are switching to All In, baby. We are going All In. That's right.
Big AEW pay-per-view of the year this year in Texas, Tejas. Timeless Tony Storm, Mercedes, and Monet for the Women's World Championship. Not the belt that Monet holds, just Timeless's belt. Pez, what you thinking?
Yeah, this is one of the trickier ones on the card here because you could go with the fan favorite where Tony finally is the one to get that inevitable win over Mercedes, but it's also kind of hard to bet against Mercedes until I see her lose. It's almost like I don't believe she can lose. So it's one of those irresistible force, immovable object type things. I think this could legitimately go either way. I don't know. I'm gonna say I keep predicting Mercedes until I see her damn lose. I don't think she's losing. So I think Tony Khan, not Tony Storm, is so high on Mercedes, letting her kind of run roughshod, and then Tony will maybe get her back at some point. So I'll go Mercedes just because it's hard not to bet against, or not to bet against her most of the time.
What you got, Barber?
Yeah, it is a little tough. What makes it a little easier for me is that Mercedes is still the TBS champion, and I think her losing isn't going to hurt her too much. And I think Tony is the right person to stop that winning streak. And then also we have I know this isn't like a title unification match like the Omega Okada matches, but
we'll get to that.
We will get to it. But I just don't see. She's got 4 or 5 belts already, and then how do you go about picking which one to defend? I think it's too much. I think Tony ends the winning streak, but again, I don't think it hurts Mercedes too much because she still has 4, 5, 12, 75 belts, whatever it is now.
All the belts, all the records.
All the belts, except for the Women's World Champion.
She's the ultimate dragon of women's division.
Hey, JPO, does the Real Pro Wrestling have a women's title? Is she going to come down there and take that?
She's willing to work for probably 1/40th of her price. And absolutely.
Oh, okay.
Whatever she's asking for.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
Hey, our first ever time we crowned a women's championship, by the way, Camille fought for it in our inaugural women's title match. So, hey,
now you can tout that. You should re-upload that once she pops up on American Gladiators. Be like, hey, want to see Camille? Hey.
That's already our number 1. I think we're close to 2 mil. Yeah, that's our number one.
I think
that's our number one monthly video.
Our top video, some of our top videos we ever had for USWA were Santana Garrett when she was popping up on NXT.
Yeah.
Pretty hot in there stuff for a while. So because she was a pretty mainstay for USWA for a while.
JC Jane was supposed to fight for the title, got injured, and then so
She's like, I'm gonna go to NXT instead.
Yeah,
I know. Let's see. Yeah, so I'm gonna go with Monet. Actually, I don't think Tony is necessarily the right person because I think it should be an accolade. Whoever defeats Monet first, Tony doesn't necessarily need that accolade. And if Monet's a belt collector, let her finish that. Trifecta or not trifecta, but this is like the holy grail. Now she's got both AEW titles. Those other titles are cool, but can you even name half of those other titles? So I think all the titles.
The other one.
QWCTX Championship.
The I-95 Mid-South Women's
7-Eleven Never Stop Get It title. Richie, what you got?
This is tough. I'm glad I went last, but it doesn't mean I have a definitive prediction. I'll say that eventually Mercedes, she's gonna have to go. Her luck, her success is gonna have to run out a bit. She's gonna go on a bit of a losing thing streak and then build herself back up. I feel like that could happen at some point soon. I could see maybe Mercedes, thinking, oh yeah, the one major championship I haven't won yet, and then losing this, and then going on to lose the TBS championship. I'm gonna throw a name out there and say Willow Nightingale. So yeah, I it's tough, but I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go Tony. I think Tony is just not just the big big star in the women's division, but big star, one of the biggest stars in wrestling at the moment. I know Mercedes. You can say the same as Mercedes, but I just think I think you're onto a good thing with Tony. I think she should hold it for a bit longer and then lose it to someone that's maybe on the up and up, as opposed to Mercedes, who wouldn't be hurt by a loss. So yeah.
All right, so a little bit another one, a little all over the place here. A little love for Thomas, a little love for Monet. Speaking of winner takes all, this one is a unification match here. Now the unified title, because that just is a smooth name. Continental champ Okada, international champ Kenny Omega, who when he was coughing up blood the other week, that dude should be dead. But he's not. He's having a wrestling match a couple of weeks later. So Barber.
Did they just not want to call it the Intercontinental?
Get
or
sued.
Whoever.
I just figured I don't know what came first or what's bigger. International is bigger than Continental. I just called it International. The IC ate the hardcore. It wasn't the inner hardcore European title. Just ate the other title.
Yeah, or whoever wins. That's the championship.
That too possibly.
That continues.
Brings up now that they're not actually. Tony Khan did a media call and he said that they're not necessarily getting rid of the other belts. So he's like, oh, they could carry 3 belts. No.
No, one belt. Just have one belt.
One belt to rule them all.
Yeah.
And I think Okada's held on to his belt long enough. I think he's been champion for it's been well over 400 days now, I think. Bonus prediction: this match goes 33 minutes.
Let's say my prediction is over 30 minutes long. This match, easily.
And this will be right before the main event because why not? And I think Omega. I honestly could see it going either way. I think just the thing that puts it over for me is I think Okada has held on to his title long enough, and Omega, he's held it for a good while now, but not nearly as long. I think he's got those 3 defenses maybe. And yeah, I just let's go with neither of them are American, and this isn't Texas, so you can't use that either. But his name is Kenny. That's kind of
Damn
American.
it.
So
It's more Canadian. Letter candy, give me an answer.
all right, Kenny Omega.
Sorry. Me. Let's go with. Yeah, another one I kind of see going either way. You just want to keep Okada strong. Omega can lose, but Omega hasn't had the title much. I think Omega kind of needs it more. I don't know. You're gonna keep building him as a potential main guy. I think he needs it more than Okada. At least has had some defenses. So I'm saying Omega for now. Richie?
Yeah, I think they've protected Okada enough, and he can still be protected after this match. I'm sure he won't lose that often. Even though he's already sort of a made guy in wrestling, he could be built back up and even to win maybe win the actual main championship at some point. But yeah, I just see Omega sort of, getting it, and then I can foresee working with the younger guys more. So I'll go Omega, but it can go either way. And I just wanted to carry one belt around because carrying 3 belts to an airport, that would be annoying, wouldn't it? So yeah, I'll go Kenny.
Paz?
Yeah, I was looking at their previous matches to see what the record was, and it's literally one of those things where they've had 4 one-on-one matches and they're 2-2. So this is literally like the rubber match, like the best of 5 kind of thing. And yeah, I just think it's probably Omega's time to carry it. Okada's had that title for quite a while. I think Omega can have stronger matches going forward just consistently. Especially with some of the undercard people who might not be fighting for the world title. I think he can still have great matches with a lot of those people on the undercard. So, I'm gonna say Omega finally takes the rivalry here because you could still have Okada in all those different tournaments throughout the year and tout him as that tournament guy, as they always do. They always call him the greatest tournament wrestler. You can put him in every one of the tournaments the rest of the year. And he'll be fine. He'll still be a favorite in those things and whatnot. So he'll still be around. I'll go Omega.
The men's casino gauntlet match for a guaranteed world title shot. Let's look up to see who's been announced. What's that?
It doesn't say when, just whenever.
Well, yeah, it's Money in the Bank. They're not going to tell you when.
It's that Money in the Bank that Christian had, remember?
Oh, yeah, that thing, yeah. But they're very consistent with that.
Not much more outside of these 3 have been mentioned. Mark Briscoe, MJF, Misco pictured here, also announced Bandito, Brody King, and Ricochet. Oh shit, me? Oh man. Mm-hmm. I should put. Oh, I always say I should tell these in my favor. Hard to call because again, it could very much be somebody. We joked. I think we said off air or did we say it on air? This could be anywhere from Matt Cardona to Keith Lee to. Just another, mid-card guy they really want to push. Maybe Kyle O'Reilly randomly gets it. Who the hell knows? Based on who's announced, I'm going to go Ricochet. I think he's over enough. He's got some cronies now in the Gates of Agony. And if you're going to do a Money in the Bank thing, makes sense for a heel maybe. So, I don't know. Ricochet comes to my mind. Richie?
Yeah. Obviously, you've got the Joker, whoever the Joker, whatever's gonna, is gonna be. That's always a factor. Couldn't really think of who the main person would be for this time around. No, Ace Austin could be, is around, in his free agent, he could be around, but I don't see him winning. This might give away my prediction for the main event. I think that MJF. I think he's got unfinished business with one of the competitors in the main event. You'll know. So I'm going to go MJF winning, but wouldn't mind if Briscoe won or anyone else, or maybe someone I'm not even thinking of. So I'll go MJF.
All right, our favorite scumbag of the pod. Richie said his favorite scumbag wrestler. What do you say, you scumbag, Pez?
My prediction also goes towards something I'm betting on happening in the main event. So that's what a lot of it rides on. And this one is a mystery competitor, and it's a perfect time to bring back Darby Allin. And I think Darby Allin enters the gauntlet, like maybe like a 7 or 8 kind of spot, something in there. He comes in, gets the win, and goes on, and we'll talk about that later. So I'm going Darby Allin.
All right, and not a bad outside box. Barber?
I'm also gonna go with somebody who's not announced, but I think could very well be in the match. I think I haven't kept up the AEW, so if there's injuries to anybody I mention, my apologies, because there's just a lot to keep up with. I'm gonna go with Josh Alexander. I think a surprise win. I think, and I mean, if this is like a Money in the Bank type situation now, I mean, who knows? But if it's for like an announced match, like 3 weeks from now, like I could definitely just see it being somebody who could put on a good TV match or a good, main event at like a B level show for them. So I'm gonna go with Josh Alexander.
All right, yeah, I like that pick as well. All right, yeah, there we go. So we do a few different ideas here. And hey, where there's a men's, there's a women's. I believe the first time AEW's ever done that, actually, double up on the both men's and women's here. Let's see here. I believe also not crazy amount. On the same show, yeah. In fact, I believe only this is the two that won their four ways to make sure they're in the match. Entry number 1 and 2, Chris Statlander, Megan Bain. So that's all you get, Richie. Chris Statlander, Megan Bain, or go for somebody not announced.
I do have a question. I know Rich can look this up. So the last batch of WWE releases, do you know if they're like 90 days to be up by now, or around this time?
I could try to look into it. Like, who are you thinking of?
So I mean, if it's not, if they're not up, my feeling is going towards someone like Chris Statlander. But I was also thinking Dakota Kai. Like might kind of make her debut, and I could see her making a big debut and winning the thing. This might be a safe bet. I'll go Chris Statlander because because I at least I know she's in the thing. So I'll go Statlander. I think they're building her up to something bigger. So I'll go Miss Statlander.
All right, Pez.
Again, I'm going to go out on a limb with somebody who obviously has not been announced yet. They've only announced 2 people who would make sense for the venue, who would make sense for the person I'm predicting to win, Tony and Mercedes. I'm going to go with Athena being a mystery competitor, coming in, winning the thing, and then, rekindling that rivalry with Mercedes and rekindling that in some way, shape, or form. So she's from Texas. I think she'd get a good pop, and it'd be a nice little entryway to maybe get back into AEW and out of Ring of Honor. So, because I could even see her on that Ring of Honor show, maybe even dropping that title to Thunder Rosa, and thus leading to her getting, entering this match and being more of like a full-time AEW competitor. So, I'm going to go with a mystery competitor of Athena, JPO.
And just to kind of help you clarify, Richie, I'm not if I'm mistaken. I do want to say Dakota would not be free till early August. The release date was May 2nd. So if she's under a 90, which I believe she was main contract, I believe she'd be blocked till August. So
she could show up in the crowd like they've done before. You're like, hey, like they did with Mercedes and like Mina Shirakawa. I guess she could show up in the crowd technically.
Are you sure? I don't think so.
I thought it was a no compete concept.
Mercedes is in the. I don't know. Maybe I don't remember Mercedes being she can't compete. It's just she's in the crowd.
All right.
I don't know. Barber?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with somebody not announced, although I could see either one of them taking it. I'm gonna go with Jamie Hayter. Let's give her the win. I have no reasoning. I'm just picking somebody who I think could use somewhat of a push and is a good wrestler and deserves a title match. And I think Jamie Hayter could be that person.
Yeah, I'll be honest. I don't know. So I'm glad I went last so I could hear everyone out. I'm just gonna steal Pez's. I like Athena, so I think it'd be fun to see her on the main roster now. And especially after having that great Ring of Honor run. And not necessarily, like you said, it maybe will end Friday. I think especially if she loses Friday, that'd be a really good sign that this could be true.
Right. Well, that's what I mean. She's already established, like you said, she already well established that record
Yeah.
of like 800 days, something days or whatever.
Yeah, no one's
she's
touching that.
nobody's gonna touch that at pretty much at all. Like she's got that. She'll always have it on her belt. It's time for her to get up to the main roster full time. This is time. It's time.
Even if
she already teased it.
Yeah.
Even if she doesn't, I mean, they've done champions versus champions before. So
I just feel like she got that
that
great reaction during the Owen Hart, tournament. That she had a great match with Mercedes in that tournament. Like it's time, man. Like get her ass on the main roster. She needs to be there. Like
I would maybe say Megan if she wasn't already just straight up announced. I almost feel like anyone but the announced people will win. Like I don't know. I can I just feel like announcing them, especially the 1 and 2s. Logically makes me go, not the 1 and 2s.
I disagree.
Hey, we've got tag team action. I know, definitely is. Yeah, for sure. Young Bucks taking on Swerve Strickland and Will Ospreay. I believe the caveat to this is if the Young Bucks win, then it'll be no title matches, world title matches for Swerve and Will for what, a year?
For a year. Yeah, till all in.
And then if Swerve and Will win, it's kind of like, well, then Tony Khan will take over the shit Young Bucks do, supposedly.
Well, I'm not sure exactly that. They just won't be EVPs.
They're EVP titles.
Yeah.
Well, I know they did name drop Tony Khan. That's what kind of like he would take up their duties. Kind of what I was thinking. All right, what were we on, Barber?
Really?
Yeah.
I think no, it's on me because Richie said Chris first.
I lied.
Time, right? Yeah, right.
Just testing you. Best?
Cool.
Yeah. So I'll give you a second to think about it. Yeah, because this is again another one that's not really cut and dry. You can make booking arguments for either one. I'll go with my logic here and see if anybody follows. I'm actually going to go with the Bucks to take this one because I think it sets up a nice storyline where Will was the one who wanted the stipulation of the no world title matches for the year. If they then lose this, that fuels Swerve to be that most dangerous man in AEW. I think he turns heel very soon and kind of does, I think he can have a nice little heel run over the next year. He could feud with Ospreay, he could feud with other people. And I think Ospreay will be okay. He could still go after like the unified title, anything like that in the meantime, team up with somebody else. And I think they're going to build up, and that's okay because I think that he will still be hot. He's still one of the top guys, and you build him up to what's next year, a year from now, that he could be then back in the world title picture, all in London, back in his home country, and have that world title match a year from now. So I'm going to go and say the Bucks spoil this via maybe some Jack Perry shenanigans. I'll say that.
Now it's on you, Barber.
I was just looking it up too because it would be funny if like All In next year was like July 11th, and it was like, well, it hasn't been a year yet, so but it's not. It's in August next year,
so that tracks. So it would be more than a year.
It could be. It could be that. Yeah, that year is up, and he's like, all right, now I can. So because I was leaning towards Swerve and Will because it's like we've wanted to see Will Ospreay win that title for so long now, and it seems weird like making it not happen for another year at least. But at the same time, it's like he's so over and he's so good that like, does he need the title? And do you want to take it off of spoilers, Adam Page that quickly? Yeah, I'll go the Young Bucks. And yeah, I think you can build a nice story. With Will, fighting for that year, and then Swerve, he could definitely turn heel and be the most dangerous man in AEW Maybe he can't take the title off Hangman, but he's gonna make sure nobody else does. Like that could be a nice storyline as well if you want to keep that going, because obviously they hate each other. So I think the Young Bucks winning I think sets up some nice possible storylines. So let's go with that.
No, I'm not against what you guys are saying. I'm gonna say Swerve and Wills because I don't know if you want to limit yourself. Like God forbid people get injured or anything. Do you really want to shoot yourself to where you can't book either one in a main event if you really want to? So I don't know. I'm gonna say leave it on the table, and the Bucks is fine, but we could do something new with them too. Like the EVP thing, I think has run its course. So I'm gonna say Swerve and Will get it.
My argument is I think their roster's stacked enough to where they've got enough people hovering around the world title picture. They don't need Swerve and Will. They've got Hangman. You've got a potential Darby. You've got Samoa Joe's always there. MJF's always there. You've got.
Jeff Jarrett.
Yeah, but I mean, you've got Omega. If he drops his, he could always bump up to the world title picture. Takeshita, Okada, you got these people plenty of people that are been hovering around that main event for that scene. That I don't know if you necessarily need them in a world title. It doesn't mean Swerve and Will can't be again in high profile, really great matches on pay per view, just not for the world title. So this is my life.
Richard?
Yeah, I think that's why
I'm not for sure. Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's why they kind of, remember when Cody did the thing where it was if he lost the title, he wouldn't be able to challenge the title at all. But doing that earlier on was hard because it's you couldn't put Cody in title matches, and it was I think even he admitted that kind of stuff. I shouldn't have done that because. I think he wants to be champion, but but with a roster that's deep, now it's deep. I think you can get away with doing that. Could see it going either way. But I think I'll expand on it more in the main when it gets to the main event. But I will go Young Bucks because I think it will. Play into the next sort of main event and with the kind of going forward what that type is going to look like. So I'll go Young Bucks, but I could see it going the other way.
No, I think we both agree. We could see it both ways. A little split.
Can they just be the Bucks too? They're not young anymore.
I think they have said in interviews they will always be the Young Bucks in their 50s and their 60s.
Even Lil Bow Wow dropped the Lil when he got older.
Hey, remember when Bow Wow was supposed to be in AEW? Anyone remember that? They did a filmed vignette on TV and everything.
That was a terrible storyline that they dropped.
Well, I wouldn't even call it terrible. It never started. There was one match, one promo, and then just stopped. Barber? Oh, Adam Cole, Kyle Fletcher for the TNT title, by the way.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. I think Adam Cole. Great. But I think Kyle Fletcher. I think it's time for him to win a singles title. I kind of missed the opportunity on TV, but bigger stage, give him that moment. I think he's definitely ready to hold a singles title, and I think he could have a good decent reign, kind of like Takeshita did with the international. So Kyle Fletcher. This is actually for me probably one of the easier ones to predict.
Yeah, I'm not going to be flabbergasted if Cole wins, but I really feel like all signs to me is Kyle Fletcher. I just think they're big on him in AEW. I'm big on him personally. This seems like a great time to just settle that push. Kyle Fletcher, Richie.
Aussie. Oh, yeah, I mean.
No.
I'm more a Mark Davis guy because he's from Brisbane, but Kyle Fletcher goes all right. No, but and he doesn't get hurt as much. No, but this match, I feel like this match could be. I will say this match could be one of the best matches on could be low key one of the best matches on the show when it comes down to it. I think this match is going to be awesome. But yeah, I think it's time to put give Carl Fletcher a run. I could see a point where like the Callis family has a little bit gold in their stable. I could definitely see Takeshita beating Bandito this weekend as well for the Ring of Honor Championship. So yeah, I think you give that team gold, and I think Carl Fletcher has put in the work. He was definitely the sort of the kind of our rookie of the year last year. He's showing that he's fantastic, and I think this is a great step in acknowledging that, and I think he could have some great feuds going forward. And then Adam Cole will be fine. You could push him in the main title picture if you wanted to eventually. So Carl Fletcher.
Right on, Pez.
Yeah, I'll clean sweep this one. I won't stray too far off the path here. Yeah, Adam Cole has been a very cold title run here, so it's time we need to freshen this one up. Give it to Fletcher in the Don Callis family. Callis family, should have some gold in their stable right now, and this is a perfect time to rebound off of that and give it to somebody new. So I'm fine with that. I'll go Fletcher as well.
Now it looks like a clean sweep for the Proto Star.
Mm-hmm.
7 of 11. I do have graphics for every match, by the way. Patriarchy, Christian Cage and his son Nick Wayne, your current tag team champions, the Hurt Syndicate, Shelton Benjamin and Bobby Lashley, as well as Jet Speed, Kevin Knight, and the Speedball, Mike Bailey.
What's that? I said in the last show, I said I think that there was a rumor that the Patriarch could be added, and they were added. So there you go.
All right, cool. This is me. Love them when the momentum's just killed. Let's see here. We've done really awesome. There could be some different shenanigans happening in this one here, but we're gonna go with Hurt Syndicate retains. Richie.
I definitely don't think Jet Speed. I think they've been portrayed as just the geekiest of the geeks. It's unfortunate because they're talented dudes. I kind of feel like, I feel bad for Mike Bailey. He was, but I just feel like the booking hurt them a little bit. But I don't know. I was all set to go Hurt Syndicate, but then like there was an interaction between Christian and like FTR, and I'm like, could this be could they be setting up the kind of putting pieces together to set up FTR versus the inevitable Christian Cage Adam Copeland match I think we're going to get at some point. So you could get there without having to win the tag titles, but I don't know. I could just see that happening. So
I don't think it does.
I'll go Patrick.
Yeah, I think so. It's tricky to predict. I'm with Richie. I don't see it going to Jet Speed, so I would rule them out. But again, I think the addition of the Patriarchy makes it a little hard to predict because it was just a one-on-one thing. I would think the Hurt Syndicate would retain, but with a three-way stipulation, you could have Patriarchy like pin Jet Speed and like take the titles without Hurt Syndicate losing. So I could actually see that as a way to kind of freshen it up a little bit. I think I'm also going to go the Patriarchy here. They got a thing going between Christian and Nick Wayne. You can play off of that a little bit. Again, have them sneak out with the titles without having her take the pin here. So, and then you could at least still, and then her could get a rematch. It's not like they couldn't, on the next show. You know what I mean? Like immediately because they weren't pinned. So I'll go with Patriarchy as well.
All right, Barber.
I don't think Jet Speed wins. I think they're a fun tag team, but I don't think they're quite there yet. And I don't think Christian is winning tag team titles until he teams with Copeland. I think that's going to be like one of their final moments is one final reign as tag. I know he was a trios champion, but that's not like a tag team. That's different. So I'm gonna go the Hurt Syndicate. But if the Patriarchy does win, I wouldn't be surprised because like we said, like they could easily pin Jet Speed to get the titles. So, but I'm gonna go the Hurt Syndicate. I think they can still, hold those and I don't know. I could see MJF maybe costing them, but I don't think not yet. We'll see where that goes, but
I love when we disagree a little bit, but we also agree on one thing: you're not winning. Sorry, guys. And watch them win, though. Watch them win. Who knows? But a little bit of.
I mean, what was it? Alba Fire and Isle of Dawn when nobody predicted them.
Yeah, exactly. Like it's not, it's wrestling. Because I could see, like, I was also thinking, like, for instance, MJF could like end up fucking up. You know what I mean? Start that gimmick. Maybe Copeland returns, fucks them over. Like, who knows? Like, there's always possibilities.
No, so what I see playing out is just my thing. I think so I think they Patriarchy wins the tag titles. Then something happens and they lose to FTR, and then they take out Nick Wayne, and then they're still feuding with Christian. It's like, oh, Christian needs a tag partner. Then Adam Copeland shows up, and then you got your match.
Yeah, lots of possibilities here. This match was listed here because I thought that was the last night. It was the last match mentioned, and then the collision happened.
That's why 6 hours ago was the
yeah. So 3 more after this, so we're still not quite done. We got John Moxley defending his world championship against the Hankster, Hangman Adam Page. Who are we on? I don't remember. Yes, go for it.
Okay, sure. So yeah, again, my earlier prediction goes into my prediction for this because it's kind of a twofold prediction. So first of all, I think there's going to be shenanigans. So at least they made it a Texas death match. At least they made it a Texas death match. So the rules are out the window. So you don't have to do 12 rep bumps to get there. So that's fine. But I think they're almost going to do like a WrestleMania 40 situation with the Bloodline rules thing. There's going to be a lot of interference. You got you obviously got the Death Riders. You got the Ops get involved. You could have Swerve Strickland get involved and cost Hangman. Hey, you're never going to be a champion as long as I'm around, and vice versa. So you could even have that, and that could even come off of if in my prediction of Swerve and them losing, that sets him off the deep end. He goes off and starts just taking out everybody, and just especially with this, he can get very violent, and that could lead directly to a Moxley victory. I think he wins this match. He gets the win, retains the title, only to then have Darby Allin come out, cash his thing from the earlier in the night, and you send the crowd home happy after taking on them on the roller coaster ride of, oh, fuck, man, Moxley, we're going to keep doing this shit again. But Tony Khan wants that Darby Allin story, you know what I mean? And you can have kind of both ways of playing with the crowd of like the Moxley win, but then have Darby come out and take it out from under him and still get that win and then move forward. So it's a twofold thing. As far as this match goes, Moxley finds a way to retain, but then Darby comes out and cashes in. That's like my twofold prediction.
I got a couple ideas there, Barber.
I don't hate it. But since I didn't predict Darby to win the
again, it falls into it. So if Darby doesn't win it, like my idea's out the window. Right. So like it just is what it is. I'm still predicting Moxley to actually get the pin, you know what I mean, or whatever the submission title in this match.
At this point, I'm predicting anyone that Moxley goes against because I'm ready for him to drop the title. I'm ready for the title to actually be on the shoulder of a champion and not in a briefcase.
I
do agree. I think there's going to be a lot of interference, and I think that final nail in the coffin will not be Darby Allin.
Coffin drop.
But I think it's going to be. I think we see a Bryan Danielson sighting. He did show up in Ring of Honor recently. I think he said he's going to be in Texas this weekend. I think I saw that somewhere. I could be mistaken, but I could definitely see him showing up and maybe hitting one of those knees and helping Hangman to victory. Either way, I do think Hangman wins the title, Texas Death Match. I just hope that spike bat or whatever doesn't come back into play and get stuck in Moxley's back.
Sorry, I forgot to predict that Moxley will bleed in this match. Sorry.
Okay.
That's not the better prediction would be how long into the match until he starts bleeding.
And from what orifices? His back, his belly, his head, his feet, his calves, everything. All of it. Yes.
He'll start bleeding in the locker room.
Yeah, they'll pull out like a bed of nails and he'll just take a bump on the whole thing and just be bleeding all over the place or something. You watch like something really stupid. Yeah. There you go. JPO.
Yeah, I'm gonna go simply Hangman to Adam Page. I think he's over as he can be right now, and I'm also over Jon Moxley. So I'm just for that. My heart's gonna go Page, man. Richie.
Yeah, so I don't mind Pez's kind of the stipulation he put out there, his pitch put out there, or what he thinks is going to happen.
It's a roller coaster ride, man. It's like a movie. Like just the hope is gone, and then you bring it back up right before the end of the show.
I can see that happening, but I still think people will be disappointed that it's not Hangman at this point. But I don't know. So my thing is, on Collision that the Hangman was probably still ironing out his differences with Swerve, and they still hate each other. I think it would kind of play into storyline if Swerve couldn't get a title shot for a year, and then turning heel, but then being sort of bitter about the fact that Adam Page is champion. And then because I think they're bound to have more matches at some point down the line, not anytime soon, but down the line. When it goes into my MJF winning the gauntlet, because they had a feud a while ago, but it was just weirdly it was a one match feud. It was a one match feud. MJF usually doesn't do that, so it was just kind of a quick thing and then it was done. And they indicated that they're going to meet again. So I feel like they're probably they could feud for the title at some point. But yeah, the Derby thing does make sense. But I will go Hangman here to win the title, and but watch me be wrong.
You'll know if I'm right if Darby shows up and wins that fucking gauntlet. I'm right. Yeah.
I'm gonna be pissed if you're right.
You're right.
I was almost right with Christian during the.
Oh, that was
I was like, oh shoot, it's happening.
Hey, the crowd would have rolled with it. They would have been fine.
They were in it. Yeah.
I mean,
he was the one that got he tapped out. He was fresh. That was bullshit.
Yeah, you're fresh. Now you didn't wrestle for 30 minutes. It was stupid.
That was dumb.
Yeah.
I got 3 more matches to come here. This was added for the Trios Championships. Samoa Joe, Powerhouse Hobbs, and Katsuhiro Shibata, the Ops, will defend against the Death Riders, Claudio Castagnoli, Wheeler Yuta looking like a shaggy dog, and a Gabe Kid. All right, back to Barber.
Yeah, I mean, if it was a more, permanent member of the AEW roster teaming with the Death Riders, I might be inclined to go with them. But, Gabe Kidd, he still has those New Japan. That's where he signed, obviously. And I think we're still a little too early into the Ops title reign, so I'm gonna go with the Ops. But I think this is gonna be a banger of a match.
You know what? Fuck it. I'm gonna get the Death Riders. I'm gonna say just keep that stable looking a little strong. I'm gonna say they take it. Richie,
Can't put that bad juju out there.
I don't mind these three. I'm still at least excited about Gabe Kidd, kind of.
Yeah. I just don't know if they're gonna like do a like mega thing with him until yeah. I mean Eddie King when Eddie Kingston comes back, maybe he comes back Kingston, or I don't know what his contract situation is with New Japan, but they're probably going to make an offer once New Japan deals up. So I don't know. I think you just keep it on the ops for now. And maybe revisit the feud when Parker can return, whenever that is. Or just do some more teams. Get some more teams in the mix as well. That'd be nice as well. But yeah, so I think there's more juice to squeeze out of the ops championship run here. So I'll go with the ops.
All right, Pez.
Yeah, I think it's going to be a bad night for the Death Riders overall. Like, I think it's, they're going to end up, walking away really empty-handed at the end of the night, and that kind of maybe feels sort of a little breakup a little bit. I think it's about time for that, and have these guys kind of go their separate ways a little bit. And then, the ops can retain, and then they can move on to, you could have them feud with like the Callis family or something, a combination of Josh Alexander and like Roppongi Vice or Alexander and Lance Archer and Brian Cage, do a trios thing there, something like that. They could move on to another faction to feud with there. So, I'll say the ops retain.
All righty. I might have fucked that up. Everyone agrees except me at the ops will retain. Yeah, I don't know. I might have made a mistake there. This is the best match graphic I could find for this. Because this is probably from Collision itself here. Big Boom AJ, Kyle O'Reilly, who I guess is in two groups, whatever. Tomohiro Ishii and Hologram will take on Rock Romero, Hechizero, Lance Archer, Trent Beretta, the Don Callis family. We'll start off with me this time. Just because they love this cookie fucking guy, the conglomeration with Big Boom. This guy, Richie, what you got for this?
I feel older because I'm like curmudgeon. I don't get this YouTube, fucking,
not even YouTube. They're YouTube Shorts, TikTokers.
TikTok.
I don't get. I mean, the social media, TikTok generation. I don't get. Even having been exposed to these guys for a few times now, I still don't get like. Okay, I still don't get why you're popular. But
He likes the double chunk chocolate cookie.
Cool. So I don't know. You could have I don't know, Roppongi Vice's team win without Big Boom getting pinned, I guess. I'll go Roppongi Vice, but I can definitely, obviously, I'm not that confident at all with this because obviously Big Boom AJ's in the team, so I could see them getting the win. But I'll go different. I'll go Roppongi Vice's team.
Does anyone else feel how sad Trent Beretta is right now? Pez, look at him.
Yeah, he's like, this is what I'm doing right now. What the fuck?
Man.
Okay, Jesus Christ.
He's like,
he's looking over because he knows he's going to take the pin from fucking Big Boom in the middle of the goddamn ring in this match. So he's like, fuck, I got to take the pin. This fucking pin this fucking guy. Yeah, because they just love to like put this guy in the ring and give him like the big moment with his not kids, which is weird. Those aren't his kids, by the way.
No. That is his kid. The Rizzler is not his kid.
The younger one not being his kid is weird, and he hangs out with him all the time. That's odd.
They're collaborators. I don't know. Yeah.
Somebody should look into that. But anyways, like that seems creepy. Like I'm hanging out with a kid that's not mine, that's younger than my kid. That's weird.
It makes me mad because I'm trying to collect all the trading cards, and they all have trading cards now, so I have to like technically get their trading card now.
Yeah. But my prediction goes into the other pre-show match because I think there'll be like one heel win and one face win, and I think this is the one like baby face, Big Boom can pin like Hechicero, like who gives a fuck? Whatever. Nobody's gonna care. So I'll go with a Big Boom's team or whatever you want to call them.
Big boom.
Yeah, no, I just feel like on a pre-show, so far they've always protected Big Boom so far. Barber?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's my thing too. Unless there's another pre-show match added that features, a fairly prominent baby face. Because spoilers for the other one. I'm also going with the heels.
Yeah.
They like to end their pre-show with a good face win. And I could see this ending the pre-show as well.
This is on the pre-show.
Yeah, I'll go with Big Boom. Like, and this is like his third match. Like he's okay taking a pin now, or not even taking the pin, but his team taking the loss. I think the Don Callis family is a lot better than pre-show match with Big Boom. I mean, just shout out to Big Boom. Like he is, he's not like an untrained wrestler. He does have a little bit of a background, but
You did break his foot last time, though, didn't you?
and finished the match. So whoa.
Yeah.
Double chunk chocolate cookie.
So that's not the Costco pizza?
No, that's a cookie. People, you're not the first one to be confused. It is a cookie. It is not the
Those
pizza.
look like pepperonis, and that looks like a crust.
A lot of people will say the same thing. I only know because sadly this has been discussed previously. That is a cookie. Because he's the cookie guy. He's always like, I love their double chunky or whatever the fuck it is. I don't know.
Double chocolate cookie.
Chocolate cookie. There you go. Yeah, say that the whole time. You can tell this is a screen grab from an actual match. You can see like an elbow there.
Yeah.
The Outrunners versus FTR on the 0 hour as well. A good rematch. They had a really good collision match. Probably match-wise, the Outrunners' best match they've had on TV. So I'm down for this rematch. What we got? Is this me? Richie?
It's me.
Go for it.
It's
Yeah. I don't know. Like, part of me wants to go at Outrunners, but I don't see them doing I don't know if they're gonna propel them forward as with the tag titles or anything. They're trying to repair kind of repair them a bit, because I feel like they kind of look lost in the shopping phrase and capitalize on their momentum. And yeah, I mean, that match they had went a step in the right direction. That was great, but I just think that there's the storyline is FTR. I believe. I think they're going to be wrestling the tag titles here soon. So I'll go FTR, but I'm glad that Outrunners getting a showcase. It's not just been full on, kind of like a 10-minute squash or whatever.
Piz.
Yeah, FTR's got more of the storyline stuff going forward with a pretty much, again, with an impending probably Copeland return and things like that, and and keeping them strong going into whatever that match may be. So yeah, I just the Outrunners, they've tried to repair them a little bit. It's kind of worked, but kind of not. I still think they kind of missed the boat on their initial push, from where they could have had the titles. But yeah, again, I think you have one babyface team go over in the pre-show, one heel go over. Yeah, FTR I think will come out on top of this little mini rivalry thing, in the end. So I'll go FTR. And I also predicted this would be on the pre-show. Remember last week? That's what I said. And here we go. So
I love how Stokely Hathaway almost looks like he's like a midget in this photo. I think he's so small compared to everyone else.
Yeah.
Hey guys.
He's literally like the guy on the shoulder, like, hey, guys, how you doing?
Hey, the little devil, you should cheat to win, huh?
Hit him with the chair. Just hit him with the chair.
Yeah.
I could definitely see another match being added to the pre-show, because I just saw that the pre-show starting at 1 p.m. and the main show doesn't start till 3, so I could definitely see them adding a third match, which would.
I feel they've done 2 hours with 3 though in the past. They're all over the place.
Shane Taylor Promotions.
Yeah, so, I mean, they've only got the 2 matches. So I could see them adding a third.
Guy, come on,
right,
dude.
It's 9, 10, 11. Yeah, I definitely agree. Something will happen.
Another Max Caster Open
Max
Challenge.
Open Challenge.
Yeah.
Scorpio Sky. There's still plenty of roster. Oh yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I think and also, I was just about to mention, it just shows how stacked the AEW roster is, that a tag team like FTR is on the 0 hour. So, And that's no slight to them. Like you want good competitors on the 0 hour to maybe I don't know if I want to. I mean, I feel at this point, if you're going to order the show, you've already made your decision. But yeah, no, FTR pretty easily. I like the Outrunners as a tag team, but I do think they kind of halted their momentum a little bit. And yeah, FTR is just. I'd like to see them get back to that, tag team championship level contenders for those. So yeah, FTR and Minnie Stokely.
I feel like Barber on this pay-per-view. I'm gonna go against all of you guys again. I'm gonna give it to the Outrunners. I don't know if you guys watched that Collision match. It was good. They were over, and I feel like that might have even if they were gonna go with FTR, I feel like that might have been a good reason to give this Outrunners, because at least now you can match it up 1-on-1. FTR can win the blow off on a Collision. You know what I mean? Maybe do a 2 out of 3 if you want, or just simply another tag match. I don't necessarily see the plus in jobbing Outrunners 2 times in a row. So, you know what I mean? Do a schoolboy, do a quick win where maybe they eke it out. So I'm gonna give it to the Outrunners. So they are the grizzled young vets.
No,
Hey, grizzled vets, they're also on the roster. And but yeah, FTR definitely.
I mean, if Cope returns during the match, if that's, I could see that being a big,
Oh yeah, that was it. I thought there was one more.
That's it.
Yeah,
that's it for now.
That is your AEW. Yeah, like I said, yeah, no, good point. I think they definitely will add a third because those pre-shows are long. Usually, nothing happens too much in that first 30 to 45 minutes.
No, usually it's just usually the last hour.
Yeah, I usually feel pretty safe of skipping that 30 if I have to.
Well, usually the pre-show matches are an hour not pre-show matches, but usually the pre-show is only an hour and a half, and they're giving them an extra.
Yeah, and I'm gonna miss a good chunk of the pre-show because I'll just be getting off of work an hour before the actual main show starts, and I'll still have to pick up my food, get home, take a shower, So I might even miss both those matches. Well, I might catch. I would imagine the FTR match might be the main of that, maybe. You know what I mean?
Oh, Big Boom AJ sells tickets,
I think usually go. I think they typically gone with the face.
Yeah, maybe.
So the pre-show.
I might miss the FTR match altogether. Then, if that's the case, yeah, we'll see.
I'll try to get up. Jesus, I don't know. I might.
Maybe you'll be up by the time the last couple of matches are on, Richie. You know.
Yeah.
I'll be eating breakfast, watching the pre-show.
I'll be eating my post-work lunch. You know what I mean? So I'll be getting off of work and then sitting down to host the stream for you guys. Yeah, it's for us to watch.
Well, about halfway through the show, it'll be lunchtime for me. So
yeah.
Depending on how long.
I'm excited. I'm not gonna have to be up till 12:30 a.m. After midnight. When the show gets off the air. So I'm happy about that. That the show will be off the air. And there will still be daylight outside. I'm happy about that. And then
Saturday night's main event could be a rewatch.
Well, I don't know if I don't watch Saturday night's main event live. There's too many fucking commercials. I'd watch the replay where they cut them out. It's too many commercials live. It just is. So maybe I'll watch the NXT replay because that'll be up by then. You can watch that.
And that looks like a decent show too.
Yeah, and then watch Saturday night's main event the next day, and then watch Evolution live that night. So that's probably my plan overall.
Yeah, but
Evolution.
All right, so a lot of wrestling this weekend, a lot to talk about next week. So tune in for that. If you, I don't know if anybody's watching live, but if you are, let us know your predictions. If you have any bold predictions too, like Pez had with Darby Allin.
Yeah, my Darby into the main event thing is kind of my big bold prediction, that sort of thing. Athena, maybe coming in. That's kind of a bold prediction. Stuff that.
Something this is their biggest show of the year. They've claimed so something big has to happen.
You gotta do some big stuff. Yeah. So we'll see. Like I said, I think that main event is going to be all kinds of cameos and run-ins and returns and whatever. It's going to be very similar to the bloodline, like Cody Roman stuff. You know what I mean? I think it's going to be kind of in that same vein. So we'll see what happens.
A pre-show match I could see them adding just because they've been feuding, and I could see them just putting it on there is like Thekla and Queen Aminata. I could see them doing that on this pre-show. There's a quick comment there, but
My
yeah.
only thing is like I could see them, but they could also just be in the gauntlet.
Yeah.
Or they could be scheduled for the gauntlet, but then never.
I could see Thekla entering the gauntlet match. That's a pretty good possibility. Yeah.
Yeah.
I can see that.
Everyone's entered. It's just a matter of whether they make it out.
Yeah, whether they get to it. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
We have 32 women in this match.
Way down at
You might not all
21 is Sky Blue, who gets stuck in the back.
I'm curious. What match do you guys think opens All In?
Oh yeah.
I'm going with the women's casino.
I'll predict. I'll go the TNT match. I'll go Adam Cole and Kyle Fletcher.
Omega Okada.
Ooh,
To open the show.
I just think you're gonna have such a big main event. Like, have that who's a possible main event be opener.
I'm gonna say the Bucks and Will and Swerve open up the show. That could be a hot tag team match to open the show.
I can
see a lot of possibilities. I can see the men's casino gauntlet opening it up and starting out.
I think
with
you want to space those out. I think
stuff.
have one of them open.
Yeah, I mean,
space them out a little bit.
I mean, yeah, there's options. You know what I mean? Like I don't know. We'll see. So, yeah.
So, and obviously we will be back next week talking all the wrestling from the weekend. I'm sure. I don't know how many of us will watch the Ring of Honor show, but I mean maybe some highlights at the least. It's just it's a busy weekend. So,
I'm gonna try to do it all. The only thing that I might skip is depends on spoilers. If I can avoid NXT spoilers, I'll try to cram that in at some point. But if I end up seeing all the title changes or title retains, that kind of kills it for me personally. So
right.
That's why I'm going to try to watch that one after All In, and just it'll already be the replay should be up for that, like knock it out that night, and then hopefully if I
that too, Peacock's not the best with replays, so it also depends on like timing and when that get. Because I would probably watch it right after AEW if I could, and try to get it.
It should be up by 8:00 or so that night. It's only going to go about 3 hours, so it should be up by then.
Yeah.
They're pretty good about getting up at least an hour or two afterwards, even if they do a post show, wrap up. They should be up pretty quickly after that. So I would say by 8 p.m. it should be up.
And AEW is going to go at least 2 hours longer.
Yeah, I noticed in WWE that even if the show's still going, if a segment finishes, they've the social media guys upload it on YouTube. Holy shit, that was fast. So yeah, it's hard to avoid.
YouTube thumbnails, your friends on Facebook. Yeah, I'm just saying that's hard to stay very organically clean.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah. We'll be back next week talking it all the shenanigans that have happened over the weekend, and obviously we still have a SmackDown to get to, so there could be more maybe added to either of the WWE shows. I don't think
there'll be any more. I don't think there'll be any more matches per se. I think it'll just be because 4 matches for Saturday Night's Main Event sounds about right. Given all the commercials they work in, and then I think the Evolution card already had
7.
7, so that's enough. Yeah, that's a full card.
Yeah,
I could see maybe some more participants for the Battle Royal being announced. Possibly.
Yeah.
I don't.
They could announce a non-wrestling Saturday Night's Main Event segment. Sometimes they do one of those,
right.
like something non-wrestling, some face-off, some.
I think with all the commercial breaks and everything, 4 matches. Yeah. If they're, I don't know how long Goldberg will go, but the other 3 at least will be probably 3 commercial breaks.
3 commercial
I can see it being pretty organic. And if you do hype videos, it's a pay-per-view,
Yeah, you do the opening, they always do the opening with Jesse and what's his name,
the opening with Jesse.
Yeah,
give us a rundown of how we got to here with Goldberg,
Right. Yeah, they always kind of do some stuff and build up to it.
Yeah. My only thing, the only thing, because we've had 2 of them have had 6, the other one had 5, so I could definitely see another match possibly being added, but I could also see that maybe giving some time to the matches, except for maybe Goldberg and Gunther. But give LA Knight and Seth some time, give Randy and Drew some time. Like these are matches that deserve time. But
yeah,
we'll see. And if anything happens, we'll talk about it, and we'll talk about it next week. So yeah, nice tight 2-hour show tonight. That's feels like one of the shorter shows in quite some time. So yeah, JPO, as always, thanks for pulling those graphics.
Stop it.
Okay.
No, keep going.
So between now and next week, where can the people find you?
You can find me over at the Periscope, where we got trivia and other shenanigans. You can find me over at, I was supposed to be on Why We Love Horror tonight, but then my power went out during Jurassic World, and that screwed up my timing. And so I didn't even finish Jurassic World, so don't ask me how that movie is. But I did see Superman, but that's the point. You can find me over at Pierce Wrestling, similar shenanigans. RPW building up to our 10th anniversary event with Danhausen. That's August 8th in Fort Myers, Florida. And then, find me all over the place, man. Yeah.
Pez, where can the people find you?
Yeah, mostly over on the Movie Hero Network. Jordan's out of town for most of for tomorrow night through the good chunk of next week, so I'll be hosting tournament fights tomorrow night. 1993 championship
bracket. Time.
Yeah, we've been starting on time this week regardless. So, when I run the streams, we start on time. Half bracket tomorrow night, wrapping up 1993. And then Brian Nussbaum's Top 64 TV shows next week. I'll be hosting that one as well. A lot of, you could probably predict what kind of shows are going to be in there.
Over under 40 animated shows.
Yeah, I won't tell you. It's something to that degree. And then me and this guy underneath me, Richie Goodacre, next Thursday night before Lonely Mark, so we'll have a busy night that night. Kill Bill Volume 2 on Wheel of Movies in honor of the late great Michael Madsen. So R.I.P. Michael Madsen. Because we just, oddly enough, did Reservoir Dogs like a couple of episodes ago. So, we would have done Reservoir Dogs, but we already did it. It's already there. But yeah, he's got a good chunk of plot and screen time in Kill Bill Volume 2, one of his better later roles. So, we'll be rolling with that. So you can join us for a Kill Bill discussion before Lonely Marks. There you go.
And speaking of Richie, besides Wheel of Movies, where can the people find you?
Well, you can find me on Jacob Albert's podcast tomorrow again. So that would be fun. Tomorrow at 9 p.m. Eastern. We may or may not have to reschedule mine. I'll talk to you after that.
All right.
Because I think we happen to schedule, then all of a sudden there's a 3-part series this week. So unless we do it like before. Lame. Yeah, I know. Fuck.
We'll talk about it.
We'll talk about it. If we have to push it a week, it's no big deal. We can reschedule.
I was on that Why We Love Horror thing JPO was supposed to be on. Would you say your power went out? The power went out what, in the theater or like what in your house? Like
no, it legit went out while I was watching Jurassic World in the theater. Yeah.
Wow. Okay. Weird.
So everything got delayed. So it was going to be a quick squeeze to jump from that to Superman as it was. But then with the delay, I ended up having to just leave Jurassic World and be like, fuck it, I got to go to Superman.
Yeah, that sucks because there's a pitch being released to the Jurassic World Rebirth thing today.
I might see if there's a good cam version. You know what I'm saying? Just put the gap in it. We'll see.
But yeah,
they got my money, so I don't feel like I stole it. They got my money, technically.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. You paid for it.
So I did that. I will say I know what you mean now with like the being quick. I didn't realize he does it differently. I was like, okay, but it was still fun.
I'm really good at. I won one and then I lost one, but it wasn't because of my clicking skills and answering quickly. It was just because I lost out on a foreign film category at the last minute, which sucked. Yeah.
Oh, I'm not glad that I missed that then.
Yeah. John Marr likes his like European weirdo fucking.
He does.
Yeah, like movies that nobody's fucking seen except for him, and like I don't. What? Okay, all right.
There was a big
It is what
question.
it is because it's the wheel. But I lost
Yeah.
to Tisdale because he got like super like known movies, and I got like foreign films, and I'm like, God damn it! That's why I hate wheels.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
There was a question in the Jeopardy thing that you would have got straight. There was like it was about Tremors. That it was the main character. Who's the main character of Tremors? Was it the
Fallon Earl.
Oh yeah, it's like how many movies has he been in or something? Or like how many?
Oh, like Fred Ward or Kevin Bacon or one of those.
No, one of the
Or Michael Gross, like the Burt character.
Yeah, I guess so. But the answer was 6, whatever what the character was. But yeah, I'm like,
And that's gotta be Grossman. Yeah.
but I was
It's
thinking,
gotta be Gross.
oh,
But if that's the case, he's been in all 7 though, so that would be
okay. Well,
okay. No. Actually, technically, it'd be 6 because his ancestor is in the 4th one because that's in the Old West. So technically, yeah, I think it is 6 if I thought about it.
Yeah, and I was going to guess that, and I pushed it out, and then someone else got the 6 and one was also.
Yeah. Okay.
But yeah, so yeah. Anyway, I don't have it. Other than that, all the other things going on. That's all I got going on. But yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and like Richie said, I have started a new podcast where myself and a guest, usually a friend, will sit down and just talk, have a conversation. I found myself just wanting to get to know the people I know a little better and on a deeper level. So that's just kind of what the podcast is about. Richie will be on tomorrow. Yeah, we had to reschedule. I came home yesterday and fell asleep. I was just super tired. And health matters, you guys. So yeah, then the next week should be still on Wednesday next week. I will have a local to Washington comedian, Erica Tausch, I believe is how you say her last name. But she will be on next week, and then yeah, I'll be back next Thursday talking wrestling with these guys. And if you are in the Washington State area, July 19th at the Beat Drop Kitchen and Event Center, I will be performing comedy. Hit me up. I'll hook you up with tickets. So yeah, and then outside of that, you can catch me. I don't usually buy DVDs, but when they're cheap and they're movies I haven't seen, I'll buy them. So you can catch me finally watching Austin Powers.
Oddly enough,
finally watching Friday.
We just watched Goldmember today. We were finishing up the series of Me and My Girls.
I swear I thought you were going to put it just show off Frogman.
Maybe you catch me watching Frogman.
Why is that constantly in your reach? I feel like you do that shit on purpose.
No, this is just there's a lot of movies within my reach.
Yeah, I'm sure I could have weird shit with that. I'm sure there's something weird within my reach right here in the A's.
Like The Evil and Twice Dead.
You know, yeah, weird shit.
Or
let's see. You know, I mean, I think Barber has this too. You know, I have like the Dentist collection, the Dentist 1 and 2. You know, shit like that.
That Corbin Burnson?
Terrifier 2.
Yeah, it's Corbin Burnson as the creepy dentist. Yeah.
I'm trying to think if I know my shit. All right, I don't know.
Oh yeah.
Have you got the more recent Crow and not the actual good Crow?
I have both of them.
Oh, okay, fair.
The other one,
I didn't buy the remake. Fuck that. I ain't buying that. Shit.
Barber owns it. Then Barber will tell me, "Oh, I don't have money to go to like a real concert." I'm like, "Don't buy shitty Blu-rays for a minute, then, man."
I did not think it was shitty. I thought it was mediocre.
Oh, okay. Yeah, fair enough.
I'm watching The Watchers at the moment. Where it's on TV. I'm like, oh man, it's a bit of a slog in there. There's only
It's a
90
pretty fucking boring movie.
You know-
Yeah.
I did a clip game and I couldn't remember the name of it, and I was like, "No, what? I saw this piece of shit. What the fuck?" What?
I was like, what? No, I
Pregnant.
think I got a clip from that too, and I was like, and they
Woods.
said it, and I was like, oh, I definitely fell asleep during that movie. Fuck.
Oh my god!
I definitely dozed
No,
off
I
like
saw
3
it.
times during that movie in the theater. I definitely dozed off several times for like
It really
5-10
is
minutes
one that
at a
like
time.
I didn't
Yeah.
egregiously hate it, but boy, did I not think about it again after leaving
Right,
it.
a week later, yeah.
The fact that
That's
I
why I didn't
couldn't pull the
remember.
clip.
And it's just at a point where I think everything's over and it's like starting up again. I'm like, what? You're not over yet? No.
Yeah, it is a movie that doesn't want to end for a second. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Well, if you want to hear us talk,
Shyamalan's daughter.
Yeah.
if you want to hear us talk movies, maybe we'll start another lonely. I don't know the lonely,
The lonely cinephiles.
the
Like something
lonely
like that.
cinephiles.
Yeah.
I don't know. Pez watches movies with his girl now. Pez already ruined the gimmick.
I'm sorry.
It is, which is why it would be okay to just move it over because like nothing's changed.
Yeah, then we'll do it on like a Tuesday, and then Barber will start being like, "I got comedy on Tuesdays now," and then he'll leave his own show again.
Well, no, because I've been doing comedy on Tuesdays for a while now, so it would be kind of crappy of you guys to schedule it on the.
But also, if we went to a movie thing, you've got to agree to watch movies from this year. Have you gone to the theater yet, Jake?
Listen, I will watch the movies I want to watch.
I'm
when I want to watch them.
At home.
Just saying,
At home.
I already have a show Thursday today, long time, first time. Y'all can join me anytime you want. So
Is that on today?
Yeah.
I was not today.
I was looking for. I was
You
like,
can join us sometimes when Brandon feels like doing it. You know,
You wanted to go
really.
early, and I was
Yeah,
trying to go early, but then, like I said, everything got delayed today by like 30 minutes. So,
And
by
he'll
the
do it
time I
again
came
next
home,
week, and me and
8.
Richie won't be able to call in because we'll be doing real.
Every time I'm like,
Oh,
every time you actually do it,
dang, man, come on.
we're not. We're being consistent. Sorry, it's what
maybe
we do.
if I,
We were
if I
doing
watch one
that
of these,
show
I'll
at
call
that
in,
time
okay?
before you were doing your show at that time. So that's on you.
But I gotta go by Brandon. I gotta go by my partner. You know.
Yeah, I know.
No, you don't.
I can't do 9 because then 9 will bleed into this.
Well, I would rather do
Not
this.
really.
Like I'm loading up that, and then I don't have to do shit on Wednesdays for the most part. So like I have an actual night off. You know, at some point in the middle of the week. I need one.
Well, no, that's why I don't hate it right now because it's 8. I can take a break from like 9:15 to 10. You know what I mean? Start this up. You know.
Until you start a trivia match.
I tried not to book him at 9. The only time I do trivia at 9 now, if it's like I can't get people on the same page, and we finally have like the one opening for everybody. Then I'm like, all right, fuck it.
Yeah.
Other than that, I try not to book anything at 9 now because it will bleed over too often.
Yeah.
I'm also doing Rankum there. You sign up, there's spots available for Ben Foster.
Okay.
Yeah, he asked me on that. Unfortunately, I won't be on that one. I might be out in the world.
Yeah, I can't join that one, but I would love. I'm hoping whether I'm on it or not, I want the horror one to win because I'm just curious.
Yeah.
I'm totally down for horror and feral. Yeah, either one. I
Yeah.
really hope I get on.
Mhm.
Yeah,
But yeah, shout out to Malcolm and Take 3 with
yeah.
so
They're ranking which we have stolen before. We'll steal again on here sometime.
most likely we will. Yes.
We still haven't done. We still got to do women from 2010.
Oh yeah. We will do it.
2019, and then the current women one. We got 2 more women's ones to do, and then we can
Women
start. And then we're gonna start all over with tag teams. Yeah, we can start all over with tag teams.
Gotta do managers. I think managers can just be its own one time.
Just
That's
one
a one
shot.
and done. I think.
So,
Yeah.
One and
Yeah.
done. But we could do it, and I think you could also do a rankum of factions, a top 12 factions of all time.
Yeah.
Like,
Oh, for sure. Yeah, I think
There are options.
yeah, I think that's another one off that like nominate just different factions and whatnot. So, that's another one we could do. So yeah, there's plenty of topics for that. We'll figure it out. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So tune in if you watched live. Thank you. If you watched the replay, thank you. I'm not gonna ask you to drop your predictions because it's possible you watched this 3 weeks ago. And that would be kind of cheating, and we don't like cheaters here. Unless it's done in storyline and it makes sense. Then
I will say, if you watch this particular episode 3 weeks from now and you watch all of it, it's kind of weird. But all right, I mean, you do you. Prediction show for show that and
Maybe somebody like picks up the show and they just are like committed to going back and watching all the previous live.
No, good for you. Hey,
and good for you.
Let us know if you're here. If you're that person, let us know. I will PayPal you something.
Yeah.
For whatever reason, they decided, hey, I'm gonna turn this on and I'm gonna. Oh, I fell asleep and I woke up 2 hours later and now we're at the end of the episode. That's definitely happened to me before. But regardless, if you watched, thank you. If you didn't watch, I'm not going to say anything to you because you're not even going to be able to hear this. For Richie, for JPO,
that's
for
me.
Pez,
I'm
Jacob. We're lonely except for Pez. Pez isn't lonely.
Dick.
We're lonely. We're all marks. Even though none of our names are actually marked. And this outro is going on way too long. We'll see.